Hello everyone, welcome to one more new video based on practical examination Fybsc semester 2 practical 1 practical paper 1. So today I will be explaining skeleton practical examination question paper pattern. So the time is 2 hours and marks are 50. So question number 1 is, whenever you are preparing for practical, you have to prepare question wise because you get a question paper and you have to perform the experiment. Okay. So question number 1 is, estimate the hardness of given water sample and compare the results. So two water samples will be given to you and you have to find out the hardness or estimate the hardness from the given water sample. It is a titrimetric experiment, and in this experiment your burette solution will be EDTA of particular normality. You have to use eriochrome black tea as an indicator, and water sample you will be taken into the conical flask, and ammonia buffer. So these will be the reagents used. You have to write aim, requirement, principle of the experiment. You have to perform the experiment. You don't have to write any procedure. You have to perform the experiment. Afterwards, you are supposed to make observation table and calculations. It is must to remember units of hardness. Say for example, milligrams per liter, or whatever unit it is expressed in which hardness is expressed, that you have to explain. Along with that, if a viva is asked, you have to prepare for viva, like what is hardness and what was the burette solution, what is the end point, what was the indicator used. So the questions related to these will be asked. So how will you distinguish a hard water from a soft water? Tell the characteristic features of hard and soft water. Like that the questions may be asked in the viva, along with the performance and aim, requirement, principle, the observation you have to write. Or in question number 1 you can get, estimate free carbon dioxide from given sample and compare the results. In this also you will get samples, different water samples, and you have to estimate free carbon dioxide from the given sample, and you have to, it is again a titrimetric experiment in which you will be using phenolphthalein as an indicator and NaOH in the burette solution. So you have to titrate those samples against NaOH and you will get the endpoint as colorless to pink. So this is a simple, these two are the simple titrimetric experiments in question number 1. So either you will get hardness or you will get free carbon dioxide estimation. Now next question is, solve the given problem using statistical approach wherever possible based on natality, mortality. Any two problems will be given for 10 marks. So first question is a major question, hardness or carbon dioxide is a major question. It was for 15 marks. It is a major question. And second question is a minor question, that is for 10 marks. With the given problem, solve the given problem using statistical approach wherever possible based on natality, mortality, sex ratio, fecundity and population density. So most probably two problems will be given to you, and for 10 marks two problems are there, so 5 marks each, and you have to solve these problems using a appropriate formula. The data which will be given to you, that you have to write formula, and then you have to find out the correct answer. If you correctly solve this problem, you will get 10 out of 10. Question number 3 is, identify brand animals, minimum 4, and place them in the respective national park or sanctuary in the given map. So a map will be provided to you and you have to place the brand animals. Say for example, Gir forest has a lion as a brand animal. So where the Gir forest is located, so lion will be given to you as the name of that particular Panthera leopardica or whatever, the name will be given to you of a brand animal, and you have to place it in the map at an appropriate position, respective national park or sanctuary. It is for 5 marks. Or in question number 3 there are other options also, other two alternatives you get, that is, mark the national park and sanctuary on the map of India. So here in question number 3, here you have to, first alternative mein you have to mark the brand animal where it is located. So where the brand animal, from where the brand animal belongs, that you have to do. In the second alternative you have to mark the national park or the sanctuary, and you have to also mention the reasons for the decline, which is very important, because 5 marks आपको मार्क करने पे नहीं मिलेंगे, आपको रीज़न फॉर डिक्लाइन भी लिखना होगा. ठीक है, नेशनल पार्क और सेंचुरी एंड रीजंस फॉर डिक्लाइन दैट यू हैव टू मेंशन. थर्ड alternative is identify endangered or critically endangered animals. Photographs will be provided, so you have to identify that and you have to state the reason for decline. So map ke questions hai first two alternatives, so either you will get brand animal and mark it on the map, you will get national park or brand mark it on the map, or you will get identify the critically endangered or endangered animal and explain the reason for decline. So map is not here in the third alternative. So इन तीनों में से कुछ भी एक आ सकता है. Now identify question number 4. So question number 1 was for 15 marks, question number 2 was for 10 marks, and question number 3 was for 5 marks. Question number 4 is study given information and give answers based on food chain and food web. So the information will be provided to you and you have to give the answers, which is a primary producer, which is a secondary producer, secondary consumer, primary consumer, and all. So study the given information and give the answers on the basis of food chain and food web ecological pyramids, or prepare a food chain and food web and ecological pyramid on the given data, give it significance. So you have to prepare a food chain or food web and give it significance. Or the third alternative is identify and interpret the graph or the growth curve and comment on the population dispersion. So J-shaped curve or S-shaped curve, or the pyramid is bell shape or whatever, so unshaped pyramid. So you have to interpret the pattern of a graph or a growth curve and you have to comment on that. So that will be for 10 marks. So, and fourth option is determine population density by capture recapture, which you have to perform capture recapture, and you will get some data and you have to perform the experiment and you have to calculate the how much you have captured, and then again recapturing में आपको marked and unmarked animals कितने मिले, and based on that you have to use the formula and calculate it. So these are the four alternative. There are four alternatives for question number 4. So इनमें से कोई एक. Question number 3, there are 3 alternatives. Only one from these 3 alternatives will be asked. Question number 2, 2 problems will be asked. Question number 1, either hardness or free CO2. So this is all about the skeleton. And question number 5 is your journal and viva based on practical component. So journal 5 marks, viva 5 marks, total for 10 marks. So this is how the 50 marks are distributed for your practical examination. For question number 2, 3, 4 and 5, you don't have to write anything. You have to solve. Of course you have to solve, but you don't have to write aim, requirement and all. So only for question number 1 you have to write aim, requirement, principle, observation table and calculation and results. Question number 2, calculation. Question number 3, show it on the map and reason for decline. Question number 4, again whatever the instruction is given you have to do it on the supplements. And question number 5, journal and viva. So that's it for practical 1. See you in the next video with a practical skeleton paper examination, paper 2. Thank you.